Those who fear authenticity are dogmatic, weak vessels. A position, whether ideological, religious, or political, has substance only when it can be examined, tested, and even wounded without collapsing. The moment a belief must be protected from scrutiny by outrage, cancellation, or moral posturing, it quietly confesses its own fragility, doesn't it? What parades itself as conviction is often fear in ceremonial dress. Dogmatism thrives where understanding is thin. A person who knows why they believe something can tolerate disagreement, even welcome it, because disagreement sharpens clarity. But a person who merely inherits a belief wears it like borrowed armor. Any challenge feels like an attack on identity itself. Thus, disagreement is not answered, it is excommunicated. Here is where the paradox emerges. The cry, "If you don't agree with me, I cancel you," pretends to be moral vigilance, but it is actually an admission of impotence. It says, "I cannot defend my position, therefore I must silence yours." This is not righteousness. This is intellectual bankruptcy with a megaphone. Now let's point out, boundaries are not the same as censorship. There is nothing immoral about refusing to entertain chaos, bad faith, or perpetual provocation. Discernment is wisdom. But what we are witnessing is something else entirely. A reflective rejection of difference masquerading as virtue. It is not the quiet closing of a door. It is the slamming of one in panic. Authenticity, however, performs a strange and wonderful function. When you are genuinely yourself, when your words are measured, your tone restrained, and your convictions calmly stated, you become a mirror. Those with substance engage. Those without it recoil. You need not expose them. They expose themselves. The weed does not need to be pulled when the soil itself rejects it. And here is the unsettling truth. Even the most courteous, carefully worded truth will offend a fool. Not because it is rude, but because it is real. Reality is abrasive to illusion. Light is violent to darkness, not because it attacks, but because it reveals. So the moral is not be louder, nor be nicer, nor even be persuasive. The moral is simpler and more dangerous. Be authentic, come what may. Speak without theatrics. Reason without contempt. Stand without apology. Let the dogmatic depart offended. It is the natural consequence of clarity. In doing so, you will discover that truth does not need defenders nearly as much as it needs witnesses. And the fool, taking offense at dignity itself, unknowingly delivers the final proof. Thank you for listening.